Holy fuck.
Good morning or evening. This is the first episode of the Vicious Podcast.
Hell
I
yeah.
am the one Jay Vicious, and I'm here with the ReKliner, Hayden Klein, good buddy of mine. Excited to bring you some nice discussions. I have no idea where this is fucking gonna go, but here we are. So how you been, man?
Oh, I've been kind of on the edge, to be honest with you. But
Yeah,
I'm still
pandemic.
here. Yeah, pandemic, other things happening in my personal life. It's just way out of control, way too out of control. Most people I think would have been fucking in the insane asylum by now. But here I am, keeping myself
Yeah, dude.
sane with one water and spicy candy at a time.
And you're on a podcast, so that's
On my
fun.
podcast. So here I am now.
So, Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out soon.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I think a group of us are gonna try to get together, a small group of us, obviously, and watch the movie. And I was maybe gonna see if we could fucking stream the whole shebang, the whole MonsterVerse, but that
Yeah.
would be like an all-day event. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. Uh, we saw Kong Skull
We
Island in
did.
theaters together,
That was a
and
great time.
you don't see credits like that every
You know,
day.
secrets like that every day. I was dying laughing from that fucking joke for at least a solid half hour because it was
Yeah,
just fucking great. It was me, you, and Talon.
yeah.
Right, and that's when Talon. I think was it Talon that said, "Not unless you watch Kong Skull Island every day." I think that was it who said it.
Yeah.
I
I,
fucking
lo-
lost it.
I love Talon's sense of humor, man. It's fucking
Oh, he's
excellent.
awesome. I miss that. I haven't talked to that dude in at least 8 months now. Haven't heard a
Yeah,
peep from him.
he's busy, and I know he's been dealing with the whole COVID-19 deal in his own way as well. It's changed things. I haven't seen
Hmm.
a lot of friends that I've used to seeing every couple of months in like a year and a half, and it's just like
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
so before we started the podcast, we were talking about music and stuff that we were listening to, and we kind of squashed that conversation because we wanted to save that for the actual podcast, not just for the waiting room.
Yeah. Like
Uh
we had two complete discussions on two different topics before we even started this. So that's content already just gone, not even
yeah,
recorded. We
yeah,
fucked it.
we spent like 20 minutes figuring out how we were gonna start this and stuff like that. So um I'm curious what you've been listening to.
So
Floor
it's
is
been
yours.
it's interesting. I've so like the past like 2 years, now 3 years actually now. I went down this whole like rabbit hole of just trying out new music and shit like that. So it's led me to like open my mind up just to try so many fucking things. So many things. It's kind of insane. But as of late, I've of course the new Chevelle record dropped today. One of my favorite bands ever. It's a banger, lots of bangers on it. Love it. I'll probably talk more about it on a music stream later. But I was listening to it today. A lot of new music today. I kind of found a lot of it to be kind of mediocre. I was actually kind of shocked though, because like Drake usually has been one of the more mediocre rappers I've heard or have listened to a lot. But his three singles he dropped today were actually some of his best material in years. I was kind of shocked. Like he actually showed like changing flows. He showed some decent beat choices, and I don't know, maybe he has a chance to kind of improve. But one of my guilty pleasures as of recent has been hyperpop. I've been absolutely just into hyperpop like it's nobody's business. Like 100 Gex, I love that shit. I could listen to
Yeah.
that crazy shit all day. I don't know why. There's one song I've been bumping lately from, I think you probably heard Pussy Riot, right? Because of their
Yeah,
whole,
the names come before. I've heard the name before, but I don't think
the,
I've ever listened to them.
they're a trip. to say the least. But they're that Russian group that's been like arrested multiple times because they're pro LGBT, and Russia's very shitty when it comes to LGBT.
Russia shitty?
So
What?
yeah, who would have thought? What, Putin's a bad leader? What? Fucking who would have thought? But don't kill me. Anyways, uh,
You're on a list now, man.
yeah,
You've done it.
yeah. Honestly, though. But anyways, they did a song with another hyperpop artist, Dorian Electra, who they are one of the more creative pop artists right now in my mind. Period. And then they had Dylan Brady, who was of 100 Gex, do a song together. It's called Toxic, and it's one of the most batshit songs I've ever heard in my life. Just absolutely insane production, beats, and all, just everything. The fucking screams and the chorus of it are just insane, and I love it. I love crazy shit like that. It
You say
just,
toxic, and I
yeah,
just think Britney Spears.
yeah. Britney Spears used to be toxic, but they have never heard anything like this. Let me tell you what. This is the new toxic motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
but But yeah, and I usually listen to rock, I listen to rap, I listen to experimental shit too. Like there's a band called Shoo Shoo, one of the weirdest bands that does all sorts of shit. But their fucking last album was called "Girl with Basket of Fruit," and the
It's the
lyrics on
next.
it. Oh my god! If you look up the lyrics to it, you will be laughing your fucking ass off. Talking about frogs crawling up buttholes and shit like that. It's
Yeah.
just the weirdest shit. But I love it. I can't
Yeah.
help it. It's just fucking great.
So the girl with a basket of fruit sounds like it's the next installment in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo
Yeah.
series. So that's pretty sweet. But yeah, like the whole crazy lyrics thing is part of the reason why I love John Mess's style so much from Dance Gavin Dance. He
That makes sense.
his delivery has evolved into so much more of a almost a freeform hip hop style than like a
Freestyle.
traditional
Yeah.
metal screamer.
Mm.
And he recognizes that his vocals are a little stupid, so he has evolved the lyrics to match it, and it's so friggin' batshit. Like there's this one song on their Mothership album called Chocolate Jackalope, and he says, "I can't wait until I could tap into the brain of my cat so I could let him know that he's my little baby meow meow boo."
Oh my god. Meow meow boo. I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
That's
bonkers,
great.
dude. Uh, so yeah, that like I totally get where you're coming from there, because sometimes you're just like, wait, did he just say what I think he? Yeah, that is what he said. So uh, and I'm sorry to fucking snowball and keep going down this DGD rabbit hole. I could talk about this for hours, but I watched their Tree City 2 sessions live stream when they shut down this whole bridge in fucking Sacramento in December,
Yeah.
and recorded a thing on there. And so John wasn't in the band for one album, and their guitarist Will did the screams on that album, and on one of their songs he says, "Holy fuck, I'm impressed. Too bad I don't have a pussy to plunge in." And
Hmm.
John must have been very uh hesitant to say that line, because when that line came up on the live stream, all he said was, "Holy fuck, I'm impressed." Meow 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 meow. It was like my favorite thing. It's so
Oh
good.
my god. That's great.
But
I
yeah,
guess
go ahead.
I should probably more apologize. I remember like like 2 years ago when I ran that little Instagram page where I was reviewing shit, and of course you requested the Dance Gavin Dance record,
Mm-hmm.
and I tore it kind of apart because of the lyrics for that. But now, like I said, I have actually got more of a appreciation for just kind of crazy lyrics. But I remember when I first heard it for lyrics, I'm like, wow, this is fucked up.
I would
I
always
get it now.
I would always suggest you go back through and listen to that album. The first time I listened to it front to back, it wasn't like, holy fuck, this changed my life. But uh it was that album dropped like 2 months before I dropped out of college and had like the worst breakup of my life. So like
Mm,
there was just a lot of times I was just like walking late at night and I just like throw on an album. I've always like listening to albums front to back. It's just how I listen to music mostly.
mhm,
So uh while I was going on walks, I just throw that album on, and I just had such an affinity to it. And man, dude, I still like now that album's a decade old, over a decade old now, and I'm listening to it, and I'm still finding like little details, like certain drum fills their drummer does, or like guitar licks, and I'm just like, God damn, that's so good.
mhm,
Uh, the last minute of their opening track, Spooks, is some of the best drumming I've ever heard in my life. No joke. Uh, that is all just Mingus going ham on his kit, and I love it. But
Nice.
uh, in terms of music that I'm listening to lately, uh, I'm still really on my Rav and Kill Bill kick from finding them in November, late
Uh-huh.
November, and I really still am not really listening to too much else. There have been songs I've listened to. Let me pull up my playlist that I have here. Um, that Galleon song that I had you review on your stream last week, which I didn't watch by the way because I slept through it and I woke up.
Was it
Uh,
that boring? Fuck.
no, I never like you streamed while I was still in
Yeah,
bed and stuff, and I just gave you like the suggestion before I went to bed.
that's fair.
Um,
I liked it though.
yeah, dude. So I found them through a playlist of Swancore music. And they're just like this band that's heavily influenced by DGD and that genre of music, and uh they've come a long way in just 3 records. Their first record was very, very rough, and their singer was good, but the way things were recorded and mixed were pretty garbage. And then their first full length, things were still a little rough, and then their last one was actually pretty good, but I only really liked a couple songs. But
Mhm.
I most of it just kind of was forgettable. But there's a song called Lemonade where he sings about making lemonade for his mom. Uh, he makes this lemonade so he could raise funds for his mother's medication,
Oh, okay.
and he poisons the lemonade, or not like lethally, but uh to knock everybody out so he could take all their money and go, and it's goofy, but it's a fun song, and the vocals are nice on it. So that was one of them. There's another band that did a song with one of my favorite vocalists called named Kurt Travis. The band's name is Cat Bamboo, and the song
Cat
is called
bamboo.
the song is called Crave, and it's got a very clean sound to it. It's kind of in the same realm as like Sean and bands like that. Polyphia, maybe not. Nah, Polyphia's not. They are clean, I guess. I don't know. And
I
then
thought they were instrumental, weren't they? Polyphia.
yeah, they're instrumental. Yeah, so is Sean. But the
Hmm.
I believe Cat Bamboo is instrumental, but they just had
Oh,
a
okay.
feature with Kurt. I don't know. Like I just this is my first time really listening to them, so I don't know too much about how they usually sound or anything. And
Gotcha.
then uh yeah, the man, there's really not much here. Hail the Sun is releasing a new album that I'm pretty excited for.
Nice.
Um they've been really inconsistent. Their first couple albums I didn't like. Wake I really liked, because that dealt a lot with his views on religion and social media and stuff, and it was just such a biting take on a lot of things. Like one of the songs is like brainwashed to be more than just chemicals, and
Mm.
like he makes it if you ask me what the future holds, another time, another set of particles. So it's like very like deep and philosophical, like just thought process type of music. Um, but yeah, I've always been a big Johnny Craig fan. I know he's a terrible
Mm.
human being, but or I well, that's what the internet has ruled him as. I can't really say he is. The
Yeah.
I think his track record kind of speaks for itself, though. But goddamn, the man could sing, and his
Yeah.
material is stuff that I relate to very hard. Uh, I deal with a lot of the same demons. I've never been addicted to heroin,
No.
but uh, you know, I do deal with a lot of the same things that he has gone through in his life. I feel like so it really hits home. Like, uh, yeah. So he's releasing some new stuff. Very slowly. He did an R&B release last year that I liked a lot, and he's doing more of that this year, and I'm liking that. Um,
Nice.
so that's
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 good.
really all I've been listening to lately is Rav and Kill Bill though, and then a little bit of that sprinkled in here and there.
I'm actually like more surprised that like Rav and Kill Bill, like even like in like underground music scenes I had never heard of before, but yet their sound and style is right in the wheelhouse of like the more almost abstract hip hop
Yeah,
underground. It's almost in that realm. I mean, it's not abstract per se, but the production style, like it's not like clean, but it's more like a natural kind of like almost record player style of recording that
yeah.
they have. You know what I mean? Which is kind
Like
of leading to it.
they they go into their recording process, the writing process, and the equipment they use quite a bit in their podcast that I've actually just started listening to in the last couple of weeks. It's called "We Don't Suck" for anybody who wants to watch that. Um, so yeah, I've been listening to that, and Rav actually has like a $3,000 microphone that he records everything with, and it's
Damn.
just like goddamn. Maybe someday I could spend $3,000 on a microphone,
Yeah,
but
I'd like to do that. That'd be fucking lit. I'd fucking love that.
uh, but then like that makes so much sense because when you hear him rap, you could just hear so much of his mouth in his songs. If that makes any sense,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
like you could just hear Rav, not just Rav's voice, and that's uh I think that's lost on some people. But yeah, the
Yeah.
lyricism that Rav brings and then Bill's voice are like insane, and they have really good chemistry. So I've been listening to them. I don't think they are working on anything. Rav might be, but
Shame.
there was a little bit of controversy last fall with Bill.
Oh no.
Uh, it's on his, it's his pinned tweet on his Twitter, and he hasn't uh tweeted anything since, and their channel hasn't released anything since.
Hmm.
So I think he might be taking some time or whatever. Which
Makes
Bill,
sense.
Kill Bill the rapper will never listen to this, but if you are Bill, just know I fuck with your music, and
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I hope things get better for you personally. So
Absolutely.
hell yeah.
I I actually forgot, and I guess I don't know why I forget, but I actually did make a playlist of my favorite songs of the year so far. I don't know why I forgot I even made this, but I actually have it. But it actually has a lot of stuff I forgot I even put on here. Like there's a band I've been listening to also, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is
Oh
the name of
yeah.
it. They have been around for 11 years and they've released 17 fucking albums already. Fucking 17. And most of them sound completely different from the next. And what they've been doing recently is back to their more psychedelic roots, like microtonal and all this stuff. But fucking 2 years ago, they released a thrash metal record completely fucking left field from these guys, and it's still to this day is like one of my favorite rock metal records I've ever heard. Period. Like
Oh yeah.
and every album I've heard from them has been just excellent. So I guess that's something. I completely and Weezer's also been on a roll again. Of course, you heard that album in the stream.
Yeah, I watched that stream that day, and I was pleasantly surprised by that because Weezer's always been that band where I'm just like, I want to like it, but I don't. You know, like it's very. It could get very stale listening to Weezer if you listen to Weezer for a couple of tracks straight.
Yeah, yeah,
So, which is why I was like, man, I just wish that Rivers was just a more dynamic vocalist because a good vocalist that could really just go up and down and do so much with his voice can kind of keep you on edge. And they're very good at writing music. Clearly,
yeah,
they have good chemistry as a band, and they identify a sound that they want. They go out and do it, but there's nothing about their performance at any point where I'm just like where it just stops me dead in my tracks. I'm like, holy
yeah.
shit, that just happened. Um, which is why I think I get really bored with them pretty quick. Uh,
And
yeah,
they're just so inconsistent from album to album. You can't count on them to release a good album because, like, before this one, they released two fucking duds. They released the fucking Black album, which was horrible. I heard like 5 tracks from that, and I just said no, I'm not doing it. Then the Teal album was just a throwaway parody album to kind of make people forget the Black album existed. So, so this coming back, it kind of blew my mind because I'm like, how the fuck can you write such trash and then come back again a year later and then deliver this? I don't get how that happens. Which I mean, I'm
uh,
happy, thank God, but still,
uh, there's a few tracks from their history like Island on the Sun and uh, Undone, the Sweater song that
hmm
just evoked that nostalgia hit for me. So
oh
I
yeah,
like those tracks, and those
they're good
usually get
ones.
thrown on my big fucking uh like they're on my top approved music playlist on my Apple Music, for example. Like
Yeah.
uh 14-year-old me was also very happy today because I was on Facebook and I saw the Furnace Fest that's happening in Alabama
Mm,
supposedly in September, and one of my favorite bands from high school that broke up in 2009, I believe 2009, it might have been like 2011, but I
you
think it
talking
was
about Under
2009.
Oath?
From Autumn to Ashes.
Oh man, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard of them.
Fucking okay. So from Autumn to Ashes, when I when I listen to now, sometimes I'm a little like, what the fuck? But they had the lyrics were some next level shit. Like there was a lot of Mensa works getting thrown around, and just the vocabulary and writing style that I believe Francis Mark was his name had was just so completely different from everything else that was going on, and still today really nothing touches it. Maybe La Dispute or Hotel Books, but I don't
Mm,
think so. Um and they got a little heavy, but there was that 2 album stretch when they first started. They had a female vocalist, and they traded off between these really gritty, like old school screams
okay.
that really grating and could get uh tough to listen to at times. And then it would their vocalist was more traditional, like rocky vocalist, but he wasn't like, I don't know how to explain it, how he sounded, but it he just had a very like he was just a guy yelling in a microphone and without screaming. Um and then there
So
was just
almost
this
like
like
La Dispute.
yeah. Uh little more singy though. Although a lot of Dispute's
Gotcha.
last album there wasn't much of that screaming going on.
There wasn't, was there?
It was mostly spoken word, which was very interesting.
It's different.
Yeah, I Wildlife is one of my favorite albums, and that was uh man.
Show Bob's in Virginia.
But yeah, so From Autumn to Ashes is making a comeback, and their last album that they released, the second to last album they released, they really explored. Uh, so the vocalist literally like isolated himself from the rest of the band for like days and wrote all the lyrics and stuff, and then came back and like all the lyrics were hinting at him just quitting the band. Like,
Oh,
uh, and it was just like holy shit. Um, Abandon Your Friends. You should put that on your listen to playlist. It, it's
write it down real quick.
very mid 2000s hardcore rock,
Hmm.
but if you could identify the lyrical themes and appreciate certain songs, my favorite are Kansas City 90210, Abandon Your Friends, which is the title track. It's what they finish with. That's probably the best song on the album, and Long to Go are my three favorites off that album. Placentipede and
Okay.
Sugar Wolf aren't bad either. Uh, but when you get to Vicious Cockfight, I don't expect you'll be. Uh, it is exactly what you think it's going to be.
Oh,
It
lovely.
it, it just it's I think they named it Vicious Cockfight for a reason. Um,
Hey, they knew you were gonna be on here. Y-
so yeah,
y-
that's about all the music stuff I think.
You know, it's funny you shared that post, and out of all the bands on there, I wasn't even excited for like any of the headliners or anything like that. The band I was like the most excited for when I saw that. Not that I'm actually gonna go see it, but if I went to, I would be fucking
Yeah.
excited for "See You Space Cowboy,"
Oh yeah.
which was like towards the bottom of the first day. They are an insane band, an absolutely insane band. They're like, what the hell is it called? Okay, so like they're like hardcore metal to the extreme. Their songs are like 1 minute and a half in length tops, but fucking progressions upon progressions, just transitions, all sorts. Just it's batshit insanity. The first album was like 15 minutes, and there was 12 tracks, so it was insane. The second album, they went longer songs. Didn't care for it, but I mean, if you just want to get brutalized by some music, their first record, gotta do it. They have some awesome song titles too. Like my favorite one is like "The Liquor's Doing the Talking Now, Randy" or some shit like that. Trailer Park Boys reference and songs like that. Or Randy Bo Bandy. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but it's just song titles were goofier than hell, and I loved it. It was I think probably one of my favorite Mel albums from 2018. I think I'm not mistaken,
Hell
but
yeah.
I would kill to see them live.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool bands on there. Under Oath, another one that like they've come back recently.
They were
Their
gone
new
for a while.
album, yeah, their new album was good, but not great. Uh, but their last album that they put out with their drummer Gillespie and was Lost in the Sound of Separation, and it was different, man. They did a lot of cool things. They put you could find them recording the album on YouTube, and you could just find out like they were doing things that nobody else was doing at the time. Like they were doing like they were like drumming off of walls and stuff like that, and like standing
Huh.
in like standing in like these big hallways to achieve like this big like room sound,
Oh
and
shit!
like
All right.
going to different places to record certain things and stuff like that. So, which I never knew when I first listened to the album, and I didn't appreciate it as much at the time. But now that I go through and re-listen to, I actually like it more than I like Define the Great Line, which is the album that came before that. But now those two have kind of swapped places. I think. I also think that Spencer Chamberlain's performance was very good on that
Hmm.
album. He was I like it when I can understand a screamer. when I could hear them
Mhm.
phonetically pronounce things, and
I love
he's
him.
one of those that I then that's another reason why I love La Dispute so much is because he's yelling, but it's not that traditional like it's
Yeah.
just like he
I
does it
thought you were my friend and some shit like that.
yeah yeah and it's so cool because he does that when he's trying to evict the desperation and he's not singing a song, he's telling you a narrative, and his voice rises and goes with the tempo and the emotional pull of the song, and it's very very cool to me that Jordan does
Mhm.
that. Um, because I think he's looking at music more from an abstract point or more from just like this is art, which is they've also illustrated like they have these sets where they just play like in uh orchestral settings almost, right?
Mhm.
And he just like reads like poetry, and it's so cool.
That
I'll
is
have to
very
send you
cool.
some of that. I know a lot of Dispute, like people like know them as like, oh, it's that band with that yelly guy, but low key they have very jazz based instrumentals,
Oh yeah,
which
they do.
um their drummer fucking wows me every album. Uh
Yeah.
and then um yeah, I think Wildlife is when they peaked though. I don't think they've come. I also listened to like this hour and a half long thing where he was just discussing every song on that album Wildlife and why uh how things were written. And that album itself is just all about dealing with your mental health and all that stuff, which oof, it's a chills, it's a chill city, man.
Chill
Uh,
City.
hell yeah. So it's
Yeah.
been 40 minutes and we've talked exclusively
Oh
about
yeah.
music with like
I mean
2
it's
minutes of Godzilla versus Kong.
I mean, hey, that's it's so much about music. I can't help it. I love music.
Yeah, same. And
It's
I
funny
figure yep.
because La Dispute, if you look in the underground community, I didn't realize it, but like when that album was coming out, it was like their first album in 5 years. That was a big deal for a lot of
Yeah,
people in the underground. A lot of people loved it, and I never really thought about it. But then I kind of, if you listen to the singer's style or whatever you want to call him, his style through his past records and whatnot, he kind of reminds you of like what the singer of the Talking Heads does or did, who's
right.
not so much singing. He's kind of more of like the, not want to say like the yell thing he's doing, but it's kind of like the same vocal idea, I guess, which kind of passed on to bands like Daughters, which is another underground gem, which I fucking love that band too. Very heavy, heavy noise rock band. Latest record though was terrifying, absolutely fucking horrifying. It's one of the most horrifying things. I've never had an album before give me a fucking almost a panic attack response from listening to it. Called "You Won't Get What You Want" if you're ever interested. Crazy ass album, but but yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that how like just loved, because I mean Talking Heads are loved in the underground, and so was a lot of Dispute, and the album was met with a lot of praise when it came out. And I see why it was a decent record. I didn't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah. Uh Fulton Street was very very cool. 'Cause it was all about uh seeing the narrator driving by like crosses from people who have died from car wrecks and reflecting on his own mortality, and it's just something that I think we could all relate to, and it just it's something that you don't hear or talk about a lot in popular media.
Hmm.
So when he starts talking about would you put roses by the street when I if I was driving and I died, would you like, and you're just like, yeah, dude, like
I
I
would.
think about that shit all the time. So uh very cool.
Absolutely.
I do music is one of those things that we all interpret it in our own ways, and
Oh yeah.
it's so cool because I think we all have our different appreciations and expectations from music, which is why it's such a cool thing to talk about. Where like
Oh yeah.
if you look at a painting, and I'm not saying like paintings or music or don't share that this feature either, but I
Yeah.
think it's more obvious and more discernible in music. Like if you're looking at two paintings, you can clearly see like the brush strokes are better in this one, or like,
Yeah.
but you can still have people with divided opinions. But with music, there's just so many more elements to it
Oh hell yeah.
that people can really dissect and appreciate those different things, and it leads to a more complex uh um I don't even know what word it is,
Yeah.
but I think it's
I
so
get what
cool.
you're saying though. It is. There's just so much in music, and there's such a wide variety of music too, which also makes it even more complicated for people to process. And now, I honestly, I used to be one of those people that say, like, oh, it's not music if it's not made with an instrument, blah blah blah. I was a boomer. I was a boomer back in the days.
I was like that in my early 20s.
Yeah.
I had a I wouldn't even call it a brief music snob phase, and I still will tell you like why I don't like something,
I
but
will too.
I won't just straight out be like, yeah, there's nothing here. Like it's all garbage. Like
Yeah, I
20-year
can't
old
say
me
that.
would never listen to like the R&B stuff that I listen to now, or like the vapor, like Matt Watson's vaporwave album. 20-year-old me
Yeah.
would have just been like, this, nah, that's not real.
Yeah.
I only
Fuck that.
listen I only listen to rock music. So
Yep. That was
fucking
me. Was
so
even.
I've gotten better about that.
Hmm.
And I just think I'm also at like a deeper understanding of myself and all that stuff too. So like I'm not looking for music that I just want to listen to sound a certain way. I'm looking for music that can evoke a certain thing from me, and it's very cool. Um, I've said it's very cool like 300 times in the last 40
It's a
minutes.
good description. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, why else would you ever describe anything different? If it's very cool, it's fucking very cool. What can you say?
Hell yeah. So I can't help but notice that today was the fifth business day since the last time Activision has tried to get a hold of me,
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
they told me it would be 5 fucking business days. It's been over 2 months now. We're working
Holy
on month number
fuck.
3 since my account for Call of Duty got hacked, and that has left a gaping hole in my life. So, like, you know how much I fucking played that shit,
Oh my
and
god. Like, seriously, just fuck Activision. You guys suck. Alright?
yeah,
Activision, if you see this, fuck you guys. You don't know what the fuck people want, do you? You really
no,
don't. And you don't
hey
have a good
man,
support system, apparently. God.
I, dude, their support has been it's the worst customer service experience I've ever had in my life
Jesus.
so far. And
I
there
could
goes
imagine.
any hope I ever get of becoming a professional Call of Duty player, right? So, not that I would,
Yeah, but
but I did win. I am a winner.
I mean,
And
just look at our MW stats. Holy fuck.
well, mine might not be so good anymore. I don't know what this
I
fucking
hope they
hacker
didn't
has
fuck
done.
around with it. Oh my
I
god.
I hope they just stayed on Warzone because I don't really care about Warzone stats. But yeah. So I've just been filling that time in playing a lot of uh NBA 2K with the boys,
Uh-huh.
and just playing a lot of that. I got a few builds that I play with on there, and I've been streaming again, and I've actually had a little bit of momentum. I wouldn't say like, oh man, my channel's just popping off, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting more traffic through that nowadays than I was 6 months ago even. And I just think like I want to double down and try to get at least to affiliate, and then that way, fucking like I could say I got, like, and I mean you understand all this shit too because
Oh yeah.
you've dealt with it, but man, I wish I'm 30, man, and the internet was like just starting to blossom when I graduated high school. Like YouTube was just
Yeah.
starting. None of that stuff was like viable at the time, but I swear if I was born 10 years later and was like graduating school a couple years ago or something, I would have probably tried to like get a gamer house in fucking California and just like,
Yeah.
like me and 4 or 5 buddies, like we'll all just get minimum wage jobs and just pay all the bills together and just game all the time and try to get off that way. And at this point, I just have too many responsibilities and
Yeah.
emotional ties to keep me here. That's not realistically going to happen ever in my life. So
Oh yeah.
it'll be a doozy.
I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, Jesus Christ, think about like Doctor Disrespect. He started pretty late into into
Yeah.
his life too. Look where the fuck he
Uh,
is.
another one that really kind of broke in late was Danny Avidan from Game Grumps and Ninja Sex
Oh
Party.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was like he was like 32, 33, I think, when Ninja Sex Party really took off, and he was like 34 when when he joined the Game Grumps. And before
Hmm.
that, he was just like, man, I was just pretty much a vagabond walking around fucking singing songs for bands that never actually went anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, so like hearing his stories, because that's one of the cool things about Game Grumps is like they're so personable. Like they 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 are characters, but they're also just like people that like, and they're just like they're giving little chunks of themselves to you, which is so cool about the internet. So hearing Danny talk about his life or hearing Aaron talk about his life, it was always like super like, man, these guys and I have a lot in common, and we have really similar interests and stuff like that. So hearing them talk about that kind of gave me a little sense of solace, I guess, in what I was doing with my life.
Yeah.
So, um, also, I'm looking down here in the right corner, and your file is so much bigger than my file. Can you see that?
A file. Wait.
Okay, so right next to our pictures, there's a thing that says participants in chat, and
Okay. Yeah.
in the participants, underneath our participants bar, there's a waiting room, and underneath the waiting room, there's a thing that says untitled recording, and it has a timestamp on it. I don't know
See,
if
I
that's
don't
just
see
something I got.
that. That might be on your side. I don't have
Yeah,
that.
because I'm the host, maybe it just gives me. But yeah, like my file right now is half a gigabyte, or not half a gigabyte. It's 530 megabytes. Yours is at 1,260. I don't know why yours is so much bigger.
I don't know either. That's so weird. I don't know. I I don't think it's camera quality. I don't think ours is too different. I mean, I
Hell
think. I
yeah.
mean, mine's at 1080. Mine's at 1080. Is yours at 1080?
No, mine is at 720
That's
because that's just
probably
the
it.
default.
Yeah,
That's the
mine's
default.
1080. That's the thing.
Uh,
That's probably why. Oops. My B.
nah, it's all good. I don't care. I just thought that was funny. I was just
That
like,
is
oh
funny.
man,
I
your
didn't even.
file is twice the size of mine.
That's
Um,
fuck
man,
Activision.
fuck Activision. Yeah, that's where we were at.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. But
So yeah, I've
yeah,
been doing that, and I got a Minecraft server that I bought, and that's been going pretty cool.
they still haven't joined.
Yeah. Uh,
I,
so
uh,
it's kind of gotten a little bit more quiet now. The initial excitement for it has kind of dwindled. So I think I just got to get some fresh blood in there. But I got a couple buddies that are still doing it, like getting on every day and working on stuff, and it's amazing. Uh, we have this huge road system that we've been building, and
Uh-huh.
it's so cool to see just like this whole like real life town just start to like blossom in front of us
Yeah.
on it's so cool. I think even somebody has figured out how to farm villagers. So
Oh my god.
the villagers can spawn in your town and just like go
Mhm.
about their day and do jobs and stuff.
That's
And
actually pretty cool.
yeah, dude. So it's like almost like you could
That
make towns super busy and stuff. Uh,
game's just so fucking insane, honestly.
yeah,
Like
and
it's unreal.
I never would have touched it if it wasn't for fucking Call of Duty dicking me around either. And I'm glad I've
Yeah.
touched it now. So it's it's a game that I don't have to take too serious, and I could just kind of fucking chill and listen to a podcast or music, and just build roads and dig tunnels, and it's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Very
That's what I
cool.
do with like fishing plant or something like that. I don't really, it's just something to fuck around with. But I'm also kind of the same way with like Counter Strike Go. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a competitive game, but at the same time, I'm like, it's fucking Counter Strike. I'm not gonna take it too seriously, especially when you have with like one of the weirdest aiming systems I've ever played on to date. I still don't understand it. I've played it for about a year now, almost consistently, and I still can't tell you how the fuck you should aim on any gun. So it's just fucking unreal. If you played this, you would be fucking just so pissed off every single day of your life.
Yeah,
'Cause it
I know
just doesn't make
CS:GO
sense.
is like huge meta and stuff. So
S-
um,
The game's huge though. It's like hundreds of thousands of players that play at a time.
yeah,
It's unreal.
like I've always wanted to play Arma 2. I
Hmm.
don't know if Arma 3's come out yet or not, but
I think that's what I have. I'm not too sure.
Arma is like real life scale. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah. Armor 3's been out. Yeah.
there's like you could have like hundreds of people in the mountain shooting at hundreds of like, and it's nuts, dude.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yep.
uh, it makes like the server sizes of Battlefield look like a little pinprick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Definitely.
Um, Battlefield 6 is coming soon. I know a guy at work was
Hmm.
talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna get that when it comes out." And we'll have to see what Call of Duty is doing this year. If I'll I might be making a switch over to Battlefield. I don't know.
Hey man, I'm probably gonna join you in that, and not because I haven't played Battlefield before. I've always loved Battlefield games. I think the gunplay is amazing in almost all the Battlefield games. Uh, and especially after how Call of Duty's been the past couple games, I'm pretty much done with it. Like when I deleted the multiplayer months ago, I actually somehow did not download it again, and it's still not on my computer, and it's never going to be. There's just no point in it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I get the account back, I'll probably play some more Zone finally, and I'll probably still play it every weekend just because that's the thing. But I
and
might,
zombies.
yeah, Zombies too. The new one, I don't know. I haven't seen too much on it. I do know that a zombie ship was coming to the Warzone map,
I heard about
though.
that. Yeah. You like
Like
Warzone
it's,
still?
but yeah, I might dick around with that. I mean, I might as well. My account's already been hacked and shit, and there
Might
isn't
as well.
fucking. So we'll see. I was planning on playing more Warzone anyway before that all happened. I just needed a break from Battle Royale for a while because I literally just mainlined
Yeah.
Blackout for a year straight.
If we can take a break right now, that'd be great. I gotta go do that thing real quick,
Hell yeah,
so we
I'll
can get that
stop the
done.
recording.
So I'll be right back. All right.
All right.
All right. Right
We are back.
Yeah.
Uh it was a good time.
Canadian has Armor 3. He just told
Oh
me
yeah?
to tell you. Yeah, I do too. Actually, I just haven't played it.
I might build a PC this year. I came really close to pulling
Oh
the
yeah, dude.
trigger.
Oh,
Oh,
you didn't?
chill.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you didn't.
Um, yeah. So I came really close, and then I actually got my hands on a PS5, and that just kind of I was just like, I'm not gonna do that right now.
Speaking of that, what a whole shit show that whole process
Yeah,
was. Fucking PS5. Like Jesus
yeah. I
Christ.
overpaid for mine, but you know,
Everybody
you get.
had to. Nobody fucking paid normal
I
price for
wanted
it.
it, dude. I got yeah. When I get it in my head that I need something, I'm getting it. You know, I like, and that's just how I am about everything. And it's probably not healthy, but I like I like having
I
good
get you.
shit. I don't like having bad shit. You know.
Yeah. That's why my first webcam I could not stand. I'm like, this is not staying.
Oh, you turned it.
I'm getting a new
Oh
one.
shit. Oh yeah. That's what you're talking. Okay. You got
Yeah.
that through
The first
you got
webcam I
that through
had
your
was
Twitch
horrible.
revenue too, right?
Yep. The first one I had gotten through it, and this one I just bought that I have now. Uh, I got $100 from Twitch, basically exactly, and this camera plus the shipping altogether was like $97. I'm like, that's fucking
Hell
perfect.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
dude. It's
Then
cool.
then they sent me the wrong camera. So and they gave me a refund like $15. I was like, all right, that's fine. I'll keep this one.
Yeah, I'm just using my
But
computer's built-in camera. I do have a webcam that I was using when I was streaming. I've decided that when I'm streaming, I don't want face cam. Uh, I think, and I know that's gonna suck in terms because a lot of people, if people don't have face cams, they just won't watch. But I don't.
yeah.
I think seeing my face, like when I do like impressions and shit, you know what I mean, or like if I'm geeking out and stuff, like, or I'm being sarcastic, which I am a lot, uh, seeing the facial expressions could kind of kill that in some ways. It'd be cool for games like Minecraft or whatever, where I'm just chilling, but I don't know.
That's actually interesting. Is I actually do think some content creators have actually done better because you couldn't see their faces. Like I always think about like Soviet Womble videos. Like I feel like if you could see their faces, it probably wouldn't seem as funny
Mm-hmm.
when you hear some of the shit that comes out of their mouths with the sounds they make. And the same goes for like fucking raccoon eggs or fits or that whole ensemble of people
Yeah.
too. So I think I think in some cases actually a webcam would definitely hurt more than help. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Um. So yeah, I do have my webcam for that, but I don't plan on using that. Also, the PS5 did something really dumb. Sony did something really dumb with the PS5, and they took out
Mm.
the optical digital audio cord jack, and now there's now
Oh.
you could only have USB. And the Elgato that I
Huh.
had just bought before I got my PS5, you need to have a fucking you can't do it with USB. So I couldn't get
Mm.
audio to my headset and to my stream. So I'm just like, well, this ain't gonna fucking happen then. So that's why I stopped streaming on Facebook and stuff because I can't really stream on Facebook because you can only hear me or the game and not both. Or
That sucks. That sucks. Jesus Christ.
so Facebook was always kind of somewhat of a pain because I had to like uh well, it got really easier once OBS updated their Mac ports and I was able
Mhm.
to actually use OBS on Mac. But that just happened like last year. So I
Yeah.
actually had bought a Windows key and then built a partition onto my fucking drive so that I can boot up Windows. That's what I was doing when we were playing Among Us too. Um, so I could stream it.
Oh, okay.
If we were to play Among Us now, I don't know if it's for Mac. Maybe that's why I can't. But a lot of those audio issues I was having don't happen when I run Mac. I don't know if it's just because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on Windows because I haven't used it since 2008. But
Fair.
yeah, so I would love to fucking get an Among Us game going again, an Among Us night. Just fucking,
I do miss that
it's
game. I
fun.
haven't played in a long
I
time.
felt like I was really good at it,
It
but
is.
that for our first session I was really good at it. The second session I was just very stoned and being like, I am the imposter every single round. And there,
Sometimes that works out though, you know. People don't really
yeah, I was like up for like 30 hours
fucking pay
straight,
attention. You're
and
like, oh, he's just
and we
trolling.
were like, yeah, let's play Among Us, and I'm like, yeah, I'll play Among Us, and I'm just like, I am the
Yeah, I'll
imposter.
play Among Us, all right. It was fucking good
Fuck.
times,
Yeah, it's
man.
a good
It
game.
was, it really was though.
I would love to try to get a
It
crew of
is.
people. I would like to have more people I knew personally, and just kind of connect like that whole like I feel like I'm the linchpin in so many like different like niche fucking friend circles now. You know what I mean? Like it's so like you would have never talked to Alex or any of those guys. I'm not saying like you guys are like super close or
Yep.
anything, but like I see you comment on some of his shit every now and then, or like you know, and it's like
Yeah.
I feel it's a gratifying feeling being like
Or Matt
the
Payne
glue.
or
Do
fucking
you do you do you
yeah.
play with Matt still at all? And I know he's been playing the hell out of
Uh
Tarkov.
I've been meaning to fucking re-download that game. I keep forgetting to do so. I don't know why. If I do though, I'll have to definitely get in contact with him to play it
Yeah.
because I think we could have a grand old time on that game. No question about that.
Yeah,
But
I wish it was like I know a PS5 probably wouldn't be able to handle the game, but I wish they could release a version for that so I could play with y'all because I just
that would be
I
pretty
don't
cool.
I don't really see what a PS5 couldn't do that a mid-tier PC could do though. Like in terms like there'd be coding issues maybe, but
Yeah.
I think those could be pretty uh man, and I hate to marginalize their work, but like I feel like that like something that could be done rather easily in 2021, but I think it's just a matter of doing it.
I guess I don't know how that works. You think it would be possible now because like technology that's needed to store like small or larger groups of data can be stored a lot easier now. So I feel like you could probably like put that more into a you know gaming console,
Yeah.
but it also doesn't help that fucking games now, especially an unoptimized piece of shit like Call of Duty, will take up 500 gigabytes of your fucking storage, which I think is the most stupidest bullshit
Hell
thing
yeah.
I've ever heard in my life. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to have a whole fucking $100 hard drive for a fucking Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
So
I just
something 2K did, uh, and this is related but not quite on the same pathway of topic. But so I've been playing 2K, right? And I obviously had it before something just went ding. What was that?
yeah, I think it was your PS5. I thought it was.
Oh, Marshall's looking to play some 2K. They must be done with their hockey league.
Oh,
We'll wrap this up probably in like 20 minutes or so, I think. So
that
well,
sounds good to
unless we
me.
could talk until like 3 a.m., but maybe we could. Uh but what was I talking about? Oh, 2K. So I had the PS4 version, which I had been playing for a couple months before I got the PS5. And then when I got the PS5, they had the free upgrade to the PS5 edition, which was cool, right? But it's not cross gen. Like they're both for PlayStation, but I had to re-download the PS4 version so I could play with Marshall and all them. So like I have the PS5
Of
version, but I'm
course.
only really using that for when I play by myself. So I
Gotcha.
got I got that, but here's the weird thing is like your progression doesn't carry over with your my career or like your in-game currency,
Mm,
and it's just like why wouldn't they at least keep that? Because like if I grinded for something for 2 months, then just had to start over. Why would I start over? I just finish it in an old game. But I don't know. Like I right now, and I started playing online like 2 months late, and right now I'm having a hard time because I don't have like badges, and I wish I could just buy it, but then that's pay to win, and they don't want that. So I
yeah.
don't know.
No.
But I don't really have a problem with pay to win, dude. If you don't have it shouldn't be that stuff should be accessible to everybody if you could grind it out. You know what I mean? If you put
I
things
guess so.
exclusively behind a paywall, then that's a problem. But if you give a regular Joe Schmo a way to grind that out, but also just give you the option to bypass that with money, I think that
Yeah.
like some of us want a game and have an optimal gaming experience with a game that we enjoy and not and don't also have the time to put into that game to get to that point. So we're not getting the optimal enjoyment out of that game because we don't have access to that content, but we won't get access to
Yeah.
that content. Um and a lot of the times you just would uh shift away from that. I know that's like my big things with games like Overwatch and League of Legends is this is
Mm.
not and it's not really a good example actually because I was just talking about putting stuff behind a paywall. No, they don't really have that. But
Yeah, I don't think
I
they do.
I, I was just talking like in terms of like joining a game way later than I want to because like the meta is turned out a certain way. I kind
Yeah.
of went a little off the rails with how I was trying to figure that out in my head, but yeah, you'll have that on these big jobs.
That's fun. You will have that. No question. I only, I guess, and I kind of agree with you. Like, I guess that was also the really big problem with Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3
Yep.
with their supply drop system, especially Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare fares was really fucked up. But, Black Ops 3, because I grind so hard in Black Ops 3 getting those fucking stupid ass skeleton keys so I can get like a fucking uh, supply drop
Yeah,
package to hopefully get a gun, just to get two commons and a rare
it was
fucking
gross.
sticker, whatever
It
the
was
fuck.
dumb gross. That was so exploitive of the community. It was.
It
I spent
was.
hundreds
I loved it,
on. I
but
spent hundreds on
spell.
supply drops. No joke. Um, But I think Modern Warfare had the perfect DLC. I wish there was more real content and not so much like pseudo content, like stickers. Like, yeah, you could give us 40 stickers in a 100 tier, but we're
Cosmetics.
only gonna use like, and some cosmetics are useful, but at the same time, like it's more saturated with that. And I wish like, dude, I wish Call of Duty would understand what like I have such a vision for like how they could do like this online thing and just make a killing. Right? It
Oh fuck
if
yeah.
they just like turned into a subscription service and just launched that subscription service with like 6 maps and say, hey, in 2 months we're gonna give you 2 more maps. And they're gonna be fan voted and they're gonna be from the entire Call of Duty franchise. And we'll add that map onto the game and we'll also add this gun, and then fucking you could grind it, unlock that all, or you could buy it if you miss the window or whatever. And dude, if you could just like, I'm gonna play with a Black Ops 2 gun or a Black Ops 3 gun and play it on a Black Ops 2 map, but a guy I'm facing has a Modern Warfare 2 gun, and like, um,
Yeah.
dude, you could just, and I know there's got to be balancing done with the weapons and stuff, but honestly, it wouldn't even be that extensive of a list, you think, because there are guns like the uh MAA7 and the MAA9 and the MAA whatever, they're all the same gun. You'd only have to put one of them on, and you're gonna put the original
Yeah.
one on. Or the AN94. There's like 3 variations of that now, but obviously they just.
Oh yeah.
But dude, even if they just had,
Obviously, the BO2 was the best one.
yeah, BO2, all the guns were the best one. The MSMC, well, the XMC on Black Ops 3 was cheese. I can't say that. That wasn't. I had a
Yeah.
2KD or something like that with that gun on Black Ops 3. But on Black Ops 3, you could stack the ACOG scope on there and have no recoil and just knock people in 5
Yeah.
bullets across the map, and it was gross.
Oh fuck yeah. I love that
It,
game. I really did.
the gun mechanics were so good. I didn't the advanced movement I got used to, and I could. I wish I didn't have it. I wish the maps felt more traditional, but man, I think that was the last
What? Yep.
the last game. I don't know. I can't say that. The last game where I felt like I was just a true like slayer. Because there was a stretch on World War II where I was doing really dumb good. I think I launched that game with like a 1.80
World
KD
War.
or something. But
Nice. World War II had one of the absolute worst launches I've ever seen in my life, though.
yeah,
But
that whole
it
system.
grew into a good game.
Yeah. And I gave up on it before it turned into the game and I still liked it. I really I saw the potential. They were trying something different, and War was a hell of a game mode. I wish they'd bring it back. Um,
Yeah.
just they've been rumored to have uh friggin' World War II Part 2. Um, and it's gonna be Sledgehammer again. That's what the rumor is. I don't know if it's even evolved, but this is just what I
See,
heard.
and I've heard it's like a Korean warfare kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what to believe at this
Yeah,
point.
I heard it was gonna be World War II too. And it was just gonna be like and the other one I heard was it was gonna be um it was gonna have the Modern Warfare 3 logo, but they were gonna flip the M upside down. It was gonna be WW3, and it was just gonna be World War
hmm
3. Uh
See, and that's what MW3 was, though, too. That was actually one of its ads was World War
mm,
Three, the WW3 thing. That's maybe where they got that from. So,
and fucking what was I gonna say? I lost that thought. This sucks.
I
Um
hate when that happens.
thinking if I could find it somewhere in there. But World War II, they could do war. Like, I know everybody thinks that they've ran the World War II to the ground and stuff like that. But I appreciate the more historical shooter to begin with. Like, I don't care
Yeah,
if like things are slightly tweaked or what. Like, it doesn't. As long as it's aesthetically pleasing to me, that it's like a tradition, like there's just something about World War II, World War One, and all the aesthetic that goes with those wars and even Vietnam, that
yeah.
and it's I know it's glorifying war and that's a terrible thing, but
Oh yeah,
they created such environments that were so unique for that thing. You know what I mean? Like you didn't have those trenches
yeah,
in World War One like you had on everywhere. You didn't have like those type of battles that World War II had, and we didn't really see anything like that before that. We haven't seen anything really like that since. And then
no,
Vietnam was like that jungle guerrilla warfare. Like it was so vastly different, and it really changed things in the world so quick. Um, and seeing that and seeing how a game could take that and just so good, I like it. But
absolutely. I get that.
let's do a podcast. It's just Jeff ranting for 20 minutes and Hayden going, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, good shit. But no, hey, you gotta have somebody to talk to about it, right? But you got a point. Because one of my favorite games I've ever played was Battlefield One. Battlefield One. That was a World War I game. It was I think it's like one of the first ones I ever heard of. It was just so like
Yeah,
gritty. Like the visuals were really gritty in it. They were kind of dark in some maps, especially the trench based ones. Definitely was very gritty, and just again, it looked beautiful. The gunplay. I mean, the guns were simple
all right.
because back in the day they didn't have fucking 8 cogs, sights, and all this
It
fucking
was
crazy shit.
mostly single
But
fire
it just
too in World War One.
yeah, yeah, and it was very interesting. As it was a lot more balanced than most games like today. Like trying to do like a fucking like Modern was, for instance, like a Modern Warfare, fucking gun balance in that game, not very balanced. And I think it has to do with the fact that it's just like because today's guns are just so fucking insane. But like back in the day, they didn't have that, and they did a great job, I think, bouncing from class to class and all that stuff. Like that was a very balanced game, in my opinion. There wasn't a single gun I would say is holy fuck. You need to turn that down or
I
anything.
think that's why the World War II era games are so good, is because the Axis and the Allies had such similar weaponry in terms of performance, but
Hmm.
it's so vastly different in terms of aesthetic. So it really created
Absolutely,
like German pistols looked so cool, dude. Like they looked so much cooler
hmm
than the American pistols at the
they
time.
did.
But the American pistol is maybe slightly better, but there was just something more iconic about the German pistols. Um, One thing that they won't do, but wish they could or would, is do an Eastern Front World War II game. Not Pacific, Eastern Front, like Russia, Germany. You never get we've never
Okay,
seen a Call of Duty take place from like a Russian guy's perspective in World War II.
yeah, it's always United
Yeah,
States.
and I get
It's
like
never
that's
changed.
what that like the patriots of our country would never play a
Yeah,
game glorifying a Russian war hero. But
yeah, exactly.
uh
We
yeah,
American.
but yeah, there's such like that Eastern Front was so important to the war, and it's never been properly explored in a AAA title, I don't think. Um I could be wrong. I don't have like a deep gaming history, but in terms of playing shooters, Call of Duty was really my first shooter. So didn't really pay attention
Yeah.
before that, and I haven't really strayed too far. I keep up with the meta because I'm always looking for a game that I might like as much as Call of Duty, but nothing really. There's just something about the pacing of Call of Duty that nothing else really gets right in that way, and it's what keeps me on Call of Duty because there's just such a fluid feel to everything, and it's just like segmented.
I mean, it's why Call of Duty is so popular. There is just nothing like the pace of Call of
Hell yeah.
Duty. There just isn't. Like, I think there's some games that kind of get close if they were like more deathmatch based, like Road Company.
Mm,
Great game, but it's a 4v4 elimination style, like search and destroy essentially, and that's the whole thing. And I feel like if that game was more like a team deathmatch kind of deal, I think it would be a lot more of a good fast pacing kind of thing. But it's not because I don't know if they're just afraid to try to do something like Call of Duty or what the deal is. But no, nobody seems to want to even try to touch
yeah.
challenging Call of Duty in that kind of style,
It's still the most
and that's a problem.
one of the biggest powerhouses in gaming right now. So I want to say it
Oh hell
is. I
yeah!
think Fortnite passed it for a while, and I think Fortnite has died too. But uh, Fortnite I think got
Oh yeah!
oversaturated with content. That's even a thing, dude. Like it's still a very good game, I think.
Oh yeah!
Not really my thing. Again, I'm sick of battle royale at this point. So I stopped playing
Yeah,
for that, and uh,
I got burnt out too.
yeah, dude, I never liked the bloom. I couldn't get past the bloom either. I don't I don't
Yeah,
like
that
that at all.
fucking bugged the shit out of me.
Uh,
That bugged the absolute shit out of me.
I hated it. It
Why?
was it's a bad mechanic. Like the anytime you introduce a factor that is inconsistent like that, or like based on chance like that, it or like even if that chance has a specific pattern that you could figure out, like it's still chance, you know what I mean? And like you got to figure out that pattern, and it's like that's so dumb. Like
Boy,
recoil is a
you would
good
hate
thing.
Counter Strike.
Recoil is all
You
right,
fucking hate it.
but man,
Yeah, Recoil's good, but not fucking
boom,
like just right. Your bullet might go here,
yeah,
it might go there, it might go here, there. It's fucking stupid. But the thing about Fortnite is it wasn't even so much that shit. The fucking
yeah,
building, man. Holy fuck, that skill gap with the building is a huge problem in that game.
right.
Huge fucking problem.
Skill gap.
Which honestly, it makes you think that's actually a game that needed skill based matchmaking because holy fuck, anybody who was new to the game had zero chance. Like Warzone or something like that. If you're a newer player, you still have a chance because by luck or anything. Fortnite, no fucking way.
That's why I stay.
No
That's
fucking
another
way.
reason why I stay away with Fortnite. Is I got into it pretty late, and I was already like one of the worst builders out of the group. And then when Black Ops 4 dropped, I started playing that again, and I just kind of phased out of Fortnite for a while. And then when I came back, everybody that I was playing with was like twice as good at building that they were when I was playing with them, and I was already the worst. So I was
Yeah.
just like, well, I can't really play with these guys anymore because I truly am a detriment to the team at this point. So it's gonna suck their experience, even though I understand basic principles in terms of like uh shooter games, like fucking positioning and all that stuff is so much more important than even having gun skill or whatever.
Oh hell yeah.
I mean, how many times as a shitty player just took a dump on me because he was posted up at one spot. That map on Modern Warfare where you had the one side where you could see B flag from the top of the crates is a perfect example of this. Um, uh, I forget what that one was
Oh
called,
fuck.
man.
It's
The
it's
harbor,
one of the layer like
Silval
yeah, what the
Harbor,
fuck
I
was
think.
that? That map was a mess.
Yeah,
If you
it
think
wasn't.
about it, more and more I think, but that map really
If
was
you
a
just
mess.
got that one spawn, you were set, and you just fucking pin up at that
Yeah.
fish market and just mow down the other team as soon as they spawn for 3 minutes straight.
Uh
And, and then you're,
so rough. It was so fucking rough,
oh
dude.
man! But they did such a good job with
Oh my god.
that one that one map. I can't even remember the names right now, dude. That's just where I am right now. Um, the map that they brought back from Modern Warfare 3, the
uh
big one.
yeah. What the fuck? Not hard hat. Is it called hard
Hard
hat?
Hat, yeah, they brought back Hard Hat,
Yeah.
and that
Okay.
instantly, I
Yeah.
loved that map. It was so good. The pa- the
It's a great
the
fucking map.
pacing and you knew where all the places were that people would have covered because there was only one or two spots in every from any side of the map, and that's something that Call of Duty used to be really good at doing that they have stopped doing is making maps where there was you only couldn't all right, he's not here. He's not here. He's not there. There's only three checks that your brain had to do. Like, and now like there's like this whole thing where like, oh, he might be in this window in this part of the map over here. He and like they're doing that to because they're appealing
Yeah.
because of the team meta that has evolved with Call of Duty, where 10 years ago
Yeah.
more people just played by themselves as solo players. Now these huge teams and like people like trying to be competitive players, which has turned the maps into well, the whole team's going to be on that objective anyway, so that we'll have all these spots, and then if they have all the whole team looking at that spot, then they'll be set. But that's not what Call of Duty used to be. That was,
No.
I mean, there was things like Nuketown, but there was still only like three spots that you
Oh
could
yeah.
find somebody sitting at to look at you at B. You know, like there wasn't like it was this B was this open area, and you knew you could run to the flag and see that open area, and that would be instantly cleared. You wouldn't have to worry about it. And then, really, if you're coming from the one spawn where you're coming out of the yellow house, if you're looking at the green, you only have to worry about that spot by the car. You only have to worry about the door and the window in the garage area, which you could just sweep at any time and try to find a head, and then that right flank by the gate. But like, so that like, you could make those reads very quick and just shuffle around and or find a position like I do and just try to find a position and take the flag and try to just be unseen. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I am the
All you
I
could
am
do.
the capture god, but
You were.
I've always been, man, since Black Ops 1. That's always been me. Dylan was always the slayer of the two of us, and I was always the fucking capture whore. I would just get
Hey, whoever gets you the
it
wins, man.
works. And Slint is less of a capture whore, but he is very good. Man, I miss playing with Slint.
He's the kill streak, man.
Slint is another reason why I keep playing Call of Duty, because I love Slint and I love playing with Slint.
The quiet wonder.
Yeah. He's just there. He's just there for the vibe, bro. I love him.
Yeah.
Um,
He treats us like a podcast while he plays. It's kind of funny, but
yeah,
that's what he does.
he's awesome.
You remember? I can't help but remember that fucking back in the day on Modern Warfare when the domination was both 10v10 and 6v6,
It was gross.
which was one of the dumbest ideas ever.
Gross.
That fucking bridge map is just one of the most ridiculous
Yeah.
things to this day. Who let that through inspection? Like, yeah, this map's good. This is balanced. People will love this. Oh, fucking can snipe people from across the map through little choke points that nobody could ever fucking beat, and it's just like, the fuck's the point? The bridge was just a nonstop grenade and C4 fest. You fucking go on there, you will die from an explosive one way or
Yeah.
another. That was ridiculous. That is probably the worst Call of Duty map I've still played on to this day. That was just an absolute
All of them
farce.
suck, dude. They're just so the maps are just so busy too. It's like there's something that goes with like a simple design, and that was, I think, all those different spots and stuff was a big problem on Black Ops 4, I think, and that really killed it, because I'm just thinking of every map, and there's just like anytime I'm thinking of like pushing to be on any of those flags, like I constantly have to be sweeping and like fucking like just basically looking in a circle, and it's just like, man, there's just
Yeah.
so much. Like, you don't have to do that. You could have it be, and that's why that's one of the Modern Warfare. The remake did that right and wrong, I think, because on the remade maps, those elements stayed there, and so it worked still. But then on the newer maps, it didn't as much. There was certain points like the map that, what is it, Ramaza? Yeah, Ramaza. Where B
Yeah.
at least on that map, if I'm on B, I know I only have to really look at the bus and then the bridge and then the cafe and then the construction building. If I could just look at
Yeah.
those four spots, I know that I'm safe. And if I see somebody coming, then I might have time to run away or whatever. And
Yeah.
like that map, I think was designed right. It was designed good. It was just certain points of the map I wish were a little cleaner. But ultimately, I think that was one of our better maps. We when I think of
Yeah.
like
It
our
was
best shredding sessions, I remember a lot of Ramaza.
That was the map I almost got my nuke on.
Yeah.
The Matt Payne fucked it up. Fucker had to join the other team. I would rather have just had nobody join, just get the 19-0 left. No, he's gotta fucking join, brings all the fucking
uh,
merry people with him. Like, you
I
fucker. But
were you playing with us that night? I got 28 or 27 or something like that.
no, I wasn't available that weekend. I remember seeing your Facebook
We
post
got to
though.
28, man, I think it was 28, and we were like 181 to like 70 or something stupid like that. And we were like, let's let him triple cap so Jeff could get those 2 kills. And our teammate went and captured a flag, and then they captured it back. I'm like, oh, cool. We could still let them triple cap for a bit. And then he jumped on another flag and captured that one. And a-
My
and
God.
it was like, man, that's too bad. And then he quit, like before the game ended. He did that and then quit. And it was gross, dude. I was so
I
pissed.
would have been so fucking livid. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine how pissed I would be at that point. 28 kills. Because I remember getting nukes on MW2, and every single time when I get to like the 20 kill part, yeah, the 20 kill part, I was just fucking shaking like a leaf every time. Because that's when you're like, this shit's real. You could end the game right here, right
Yeah,
now, if you get these next 5 kills. But that's also back in the day where kill streaks counted
yeah.
towards the nuke, which I wish they would go back to. I don't see why not at this point,
I wish.
especially with that game.
Was it Modern Warfare that didn't have the VSAT?
No, it was Cold
Cold
War.
War didn't. Cold War has the VSAT now.
Now they do. They
What
do
was the
now.
game where they're like, we won't?
No,
Oh, Black Ops 4 didn't have the VSAT. That's the one that didn't have the VSAT. It was such a
they didn't.
no, dude. They were like, yeah, it doesn't fit with the thing of the map of the game or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's the same shit they were gonna do with Cold War. And they said, "All right, we'll put it in finally."
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
the
bunch of
VSAT is just
assholes.
such a good streak, and it's a staple. Like if you have a team and you know someone on your team is good enough to get there, they should be running that because it changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Black Ops 1, I
Mm-hmm.
friggin' I remember I used to get dogs every
That game was
game.
so good.
Like it was different, dude. And even on Black Ops 2, I was getting VSATs literally every game. It wasn't a matter of
Oh
getting the
yeah,
VSAT, it was a matter of getting 3 or 4. Like
that's good times right there.
I got fucking
Oh,
entire sessions from those
dude.
days on my YouTube channel still. And the quality of the streams are pretty cringe, but they're there. The video quality is great. Like you could see everything perfect. It's Dylan was living with me at the time, and the way our house used to be set up, you might have. Did you ever come over to my house? I don't remember if you did or not.
I came once to what before we watched the movie Kong
I don't know if Dylan was still
Skull
living with me
Island.
then. I don't think he was.
I think Corey
Yeah,
was.
Corey's room was Corey kept his game and stuff upstairs though. But Dylan
Yeah.
and I on one corner of the room he had his set up, and then on the other corner I had mine. So there was like this period where like of like 4 or 5 years where every time you gamed with us you would hear us talk on the mic and then also hear us talk on the other guy's mic. You know, so it was you could
Yeah.
hear that a little bit on there, and it
Yeah.
was just a thing that we dealt with at the time.
It was the dark
The dark
ages
ages.
for Mike's. for for Mike's, it was a rough
Yeah.
time. But it's kind of funny going back in time now. Like if you listen like to like the Modern Warfare 2 rage videos online, the
Yeah.
fucking mic quality of the game chat's trash. Absolute trash. It's actually the funniest shit ever just listening to it. But I wanted to go back to you were talking about the VSAT, and I was only thing I can think of is the fucking Blackbird from Black Ops
Mhm.
1. How that was probably the most dangerous fucking kill streak because it was only 8 kills to get to the fucking thing, and then you get it, you get a couple more die. The Blackbird's up for another 40 seconds still, so you could get fucking 8 more kills easily. You just have
Right.
fucking nonstop Blackbirds going the whole game. Like if you had a team of people with you and you all ran Blackbirds, the other team was fucked. Just absolutely fucked. Once one Blackbird's in the air, that was the end of it
Yeah.
for the other
So
team.
Black Ops 1, we had a sixth there too that was like me, Dylan, Marshall, Juicy, and uh this other guy that we used to play with named Rogue Villain. And
Hmm.
we had a full squad, and we would all run VSAT, and it was like oh, it's Christmas time, and then uh it was like a thing. Hey guys, it's Christmas. but we were all getting blackbirds every game and uh stacking them up, and then all of us getting dogs, and like it was nuts. Uh
Nice.
but that, oh, I was beasting on that game, dude, and I didn't even realize that. I wish they would just remaster it. I wish they would remaster that. I wish they'd remaster Black Ops 2 and just keep everything the same balance that it
Mhm.
was, and just let us have fun with it for a
Yeah.
bit.
I wish I wish they did that with the Modern Warfare Remastered remake. Because looking back at that too, that also had some changes with its fucking matchmaking and all that shit too. And it's just, I don't know. I think it really hurt the games from there on more than people think. I mean, yeah, the numbers don't show it, but they when they loop the fucking Warzone numbers in with fucking Call of Duty, of course the numbers gonna be
Mhm.
higher. Because fucking Warzone is one of the biggest size fucking uh games out there right now. Just one of the biggest games,
It's
period.
huge.
And it's not going to slow anytime soon. It's just not.
Yeah, that's
So I just
and
I don't
as they
know.
focus more on it, we'll see less of focus on the multiplayer, which is why I think they should just make the
Exactly.
multiplayer a subscription based service and let us play it. And
Easy enough.
let Warzone be free. Dude, you could just every 2 months really.
Hi, Dolph.
It's so much money. Yeah, you just hear Dolph shake it or something. Uh, yeah, there's just so much. And dude, sports games the same way. And I've said this in posts and stuff, but like, if they just like every like have it be a subscription, and then every year you pay for the new roster update. But then every when
Yeah.
you buy that roster update, you could also have your old roster, and you could say like, and then like
Hmm.
you could then also every couple months or something, hey, we're releasing this year of like the
Yeah.
1986 roster file, and you could buy the whole thing, or you could buy specific players for like a fraction of that, or
Yeah.
like, and you could even uh bro, like classic jerseys. There's been so many jerseys over the years that you could just put up and be like DLC. Or like buy it with the in-game currency that you earn, or buy it, because they need to incentivize people to stay on. So making VC be like this big thing where like if you have the VC, you could buy this roster for like the
Yeah.
equivalent of like $20 or something like that in terms
Yeah.
of value.
And
Um, and then like you could buy 1991 Magic Johnson for 90 cents today. Yeah.
and that would be cool.
it,
It'd be cool shit like that, and it'd work out beautifully. I feel
and
like
then you could keep that shit
that
instead
way.
of like that's the thing with sports games right now is the yearly release that makes me just reset all the progress that I wish I could keep, that might keep me from even buying the next game sometimes. Like if I have a really good franchise mode going with a
Exactly.
team, and I'm like, man, I want to see how this team's gonna play in 6 years. I want to be able to play with that same team and make trades over multiple, like, because I'm not a guy that plays like 5 minute quarters. I like to fully immerse myself in the sporting experience, and I don't want a short
Yeah.
term experience. I want to have a full term sport experience, and I MLB kind of lets you do that. I've been playing with the same
Yeah.
team, the same franchise mode for 3 years now, so
Oh
that's
wow.
pretty cool. Yeah, it's a team I created, and yeah, like doing stuff like that, like it, it would it would make a more enjoyable experience for me. I like doing Sims and stuff, but there would be
Oh yeah.
something different about being able to play with one franchise for 5 years of my life, and seeing that team grow, and like me having to like get attached to these players over that time, and like
Yeah.
um make these decisions that they actually have to make in real life in real time would be super cool.
Absolutely. I do like sports games a lot. And baseball, honestly, I really baseball and hockey are like my two favorite kind of sports games. To be honest with you, even though I don't get baseball games that much, like, but I had two specific baseball games I played the absolute fuck out of, and sometimes I'll even get the Xbox 360 plugged in to play it again. That and the other one. So like on Xbox 360, had MLB 2K6 and NHL 2K6. Those fucking games, I don't know how the hell they still work. I've played them so goddamn much over the years. They still run fine and shit, but they're just so fucking fun because I don't know. To be honest with you, it's like it's got enough of what I want in there. It doesn't try to like go above and beyond being so realistic or anything like that. It's more arcadey, shit like that. But besides MLB 2K6, my other like favorite fucking baseball game is MLB The Show 2009, which I had that on the PS2. Which that one I think was an even better experience because I knew more of the players at that point, but also because I everything was just set up so perfectly with like pitching and stuff like that. The views were very nice. The batting was very smooth in my
Hmm.
opinion too, and more realistic compared to other stuff. But yeah, and I just really haven't been able to play those kind of games due to the fact, stuck with playing Call of Duty and other games like that. Multiplayer games pretty much took me away from playing those. And I play Madden, but Madden now I think is just like one of the worst fucking things ever.
Hmm.
And I just like this last game, Madden 21, was just a fucking shit fest. And I think it's an absolute horrid fucking video game, and I wish I'd never bought it, but I did.
I
And
would like 2K to do Madden hasn't really changed anything since like 2008, I don't think. It's still pretty much the same game with
no,
like graphical upgrades and like slight aesthetic changes that I think are worse. Um I which is a shame because that fucking Madden series I was doing was easily like the the most viewed thing that I've ever made, you know. I was getting like 600 views, 500, like, you know, like every single week for like 2 months straight. And then I kind of just stopped doing it because other things were I wanted to play other things, you know. And I don't think people
oh yeah,
understood the time I was putting into that. I would watch the game and then I would uh write up I would spend an hour game planning for the game and like all that stuff and like setting up everything and getting ready for it, and then and maybe not an hour, it was more like 15, 20 minutes, but then
I see what you mean though.
then
Yeah,
I would actually just sit there and watch the game and commentate over it. And then I would go and I would make the box score up. And then after I made the box score up, I would go on and like write a whole blog post about the game. And those blogs are still up.
yeah,
But
oh
yeah, I
yeah.
was put
You went fucking in depth
it was
too.
like a 3 hour
Like,
process to do one game. And man, I would love to do something like that again. But I just haven't I've
hmm
started to create this roster a couple of times and I don't finish it because I lose whatever will I want to do it. I don't know. You know, it's weird.
yeah. No, I get that, and I do get that because I have this NASCAR game where it's one of the best games I've ever owned. Period, because of what you can do in it. You can download mods to it, different kind of cars. You can change the names, the ratings of the cars to go which ones go faster or slower, whatever. And it's a NASCAR game, NASCAR Race in 2003 by Papyrus. And I used to do like these sim things. And once in a while, even in my spare time, we'll just go ahead and like have a sim race run to see, what happens, and I'll like, commentate over and whatnot, just because it's fun to do. And there's something about watching sim sports, whether it be racing or football or MLB or NBA, that I don't know. It's just there's a charm to it almost, and I absolutely love it for some reason why, especially when it comes to racing ones. It just is like you get to control shit that you know you can't control in real life, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what makes it kind of cool to watch a sim on a game. But that's just what I like. Like makes me kind of want to start up another
Hell
offline
yeah.
racing league again. That would be fucking cool
Uh,
to do.
in terms of NASCAR games, my favorite was always NASCAR 2004 with the one that Tony
Thunder,
Stewart.
yeah.
The career mode was just really fun with that. Because you actually could grind out and have like a very long career and just get a good car and upgrade your car and went with your performance and it was so cool. But there
Hmm.
was like nothing quite like that in later games, and
Yeah.
I wish I could play it still sometimes, even though it's a racing game and I don't really play too much racing games. But I played the fuck out of Need for Speed Underground when I was a kid, like a teenager though. That
Oh, Need for Speed Underground.
yeah,
I think I had that game, I believe, on my fucking Game Boy, and I did play the absolute fuck out of it.
played the absolute
I
fuck out
loved
of
it.
it. The soundtrack and everything was
That's so.
cool.
Oh yeah, that's when I had that one Stack X song. What the fuck's it called? I think. Uh, the only. I
Yeah,
think that was on that game. Yeah, that was awesome.
hell yeah. That and Tony Hawk,
Love that band
they
too. Love Static X so
they
much.
were just fucking vibe.
But
Yeah, Static X.
oh yeah, man, Tony Hawk, Static X is just one of those bands that I everything about them has not my love for them has not changed the slightest over the years. One of the very few bands. Those bands, a lot of bands that I love that I don't love as much anymore. That one I still jam to that shit. And it's not even impressive music that they make. I just absolutely fucking love their simplicity, I think. That comes with fucking Stack X.
Hell yeah.
And Need for Speed seem to love using their music because there's been multiple games where there's been Stack X songs in their games. So, but
So good.
yeah, that's the underground games. The Need for Speed games in general have great soundtracks. Tony Hawk's known for having fucking great soundtracks.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how many
So,
hours of my teenager life I fucking wasted just sitting there playing Need for Speed and fucking Tony Hawk, dude. I just those are the game like I never went to a friend's house really to play those games. I went to a friend's house and we would play wrestling or we would play fucking sports games against each other or whatever.
yeah,
But with in terms of like that, um those were games I just played at home, like when I was just vibing out in my room or something before bed, or if I just woke up, or if I woke
yeah,
up early for school or something, and I'm just like, I'll just fucking jump on and play some games for a while. Whereas now, my thought process in that is just like, man, I got some time for myself, so I'm gonna do it, spending some time playing video games. Because when you're a kid, you have all the fucking time in the world because you don't have fucking responsibility.
oh yeah, absolutely. And it's funny too because now when it comes to me gaming now, I like I when I was doing before I was streaming, I completely thought to myself as I was doing it that was just it was I was completely wasting time. And I felt very depressed playing games because of that. So when I started saying fuck, I was gonna start streaming. I actually felt like gaming might actually be productive
Yeah,
finally, and I might be doing it for a purpose. So it makes it so I can have a lot more fun at the game without worrying about like what the fuck you doing with yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And now I feel like a hell of a lot better because of it, and
The way
love
the
it.
way I've grown to look at it is, just like in society, it's like it's acceptable to watch TV for an hour or two before you go to bed, but it's not acceptable to game for some reason. But like the TV was such like a thing, like people would spend like the weekends would be like, oh, sports are on, I gotta watch all my sports, and people would literally sit on their couch for 3-4
Yeah.
hours at a time and watch sports. But I do that on my day off playing video games, and you know,
Yeah.
uh,
Also, it's a big fucking deal.
but there playing video games is actually way more productive than watching TV ever was, because there is a way you could generate an
Yeah.
income playing a video game, and also it can stimulate you and make you learn things and make you I can't lie, Call of Duty has helped me better communicate and express myself as a person, I think.
Oh
It's a
hell yeah.
toxic ass way, but it got me there, you know what I mean? Um
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
so and also like helping with like solve puzzles and stuff as a kid, I think like Mario, for example, is really good at like every world isn't just a game, it's a puzzle. And you got to figure out how to complete that puzzle by making your character jump at a certain point. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
kids can see the big picture of that and tell you what they're doing. Like video games are awesome, dude. Like it's the only way I can
Yeah, they
explain.
are fucking awesome.
There's so much potential
It's
with video games.
absolutely. I agree 100%. I just wish that stigma was just, gone, because it needs to be gone. It's not really even fucking like, what's the word? It's not even uh I lost what the word's supposed to be.
Logical almost anymore.
Logical, I guess. Up to with the times, I guess
Yeah.
I should say. It's not with the times anymore.
I think
So,
it's starting to
I
fade,
don't know.
and uh I think just as the older generation gets younger, just the natural time progression of that, uh they'll just be more
Mhm.
like, because people are reluctant to new things. Like that's just like how they are. It's not an inherently negative thing all the time. Uh
Yeah,
but it's also can be a big hindrance in some regards. So
absolutely.
I think that's the big thing with that is all they're reluctant to accept a new way of spending uh like, cuz dude, I'm not interested in like going and doing carpentry as a side job or something as a hobby, cuz I don't find any personal fulfillment. Like that's like my dad was a corrections officer, right? And he like does a lot of woodworking in his shop and stuff, and like that's productive. Like he's doing something really cool with that, and he like that's what he does with his free time. But that's not how I spend my free time. I spend my free time doing things that mentally stimulate me. And and I think a lot of that is like people's refusal to understand that other people's fulfillments can be different in different ways.
Mhm.
And just as time goes on, each generation has a different sense of set of experiences that define their fulfillment or their ideal fulfillment, and they become reluctant to give way to that. God damn, that's
Mhm.
deep.
That is very deep. Hit me right in the feels with that one, motherfucker. But yeah, that's a good point. Good point nonetheless. No question about that. Itching my ear.
This is where the podcast has gone. I'm starting to we're
Yep.
starting to talk about psychology. Okay.
Psychology time with Jeff and Hayden.
Hell yeah.
We are not psychology majors, but we're still going to talk about
Um,
it.
This is exactly what I wanted this podcast to be, by the way. Like I'm not Yeah,
Perfect.
dude, like this is just like I said, like we didn't come in with a plan. I was just like, no,
Oh
let's
no.
just talk. And now like I'm next I'm probably gonna repeat myself a lot on this fucking thing if I have multiple episodes and this like continues being a thing I'm
You
going to do.
better.
But as I talk with more people, our topics like, dude, this is what like the internet is gonna be so good. It's like sharing ideas and expressing yourself. And holy fuck, dude, there's so much you could do. And there's like so much you could
Really,
influence and change and make better. And it's a lost opportunity
absolutely.
if you aren't trying to do that.
Honestly,
Hell
though.
yeah.
No question about that one. But yeah, damn, we went all over the goddamn place.
It's 11 o'clock.
It's fine
I was
though.
like,
It's fine.
yeah, I'm thinking as long as we get 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Here we
40, 2 hours later.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
well, it, what's fun is because when you have two people that have a lot to talk about, you know, because I mean it's vocal. I mean we see our each other's Facebook posts. We have a lot to talk
Yeah.
about, so and shit like that. It just kind of works.
And
Plus,
it's just like I'm not ever going to use my thing here to like bring anybody down or anything,
yeah,
I just want to talk and express myself, and the people who like seeing me do that or want to hear me do that, or you know that's why I want to do that, is so I could hit them in the feels and be like, hey man, you're doing great, everybody, like, fuck,
absolutely.
we're getting through this. We're gonna get through this, like,
Oh yeah,
together. This like that's what life is, man. Like, we got to just look to tomorrow and see the best way to be tomorrow for everybody involved.
hell yeah. You were that.
And so, like, if I could make if I could express myself through art, whether that be through a song or through like a stream, and just like I gave somebody a space to, like, hey, I'm gonna watch Jeff play video games because that's something that I like watching him do sometimes, and like you're able to get into a space for even 20 minutes of that time, dude. Like, that's 20 minutes of your life, like, that you spent feeling fulfilled and enjoying something. So I want to try to
Hell yeah.
I really try to emulate that, and while
Absolutely.
also just expressing myself in an honest and forthcoming way. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be famous by any means. But if I even, but like
you might become famous. You
I'm
never know.
obviously recording a podcast right now because I think people want to hear what I have to say. So,
Yeah, which will involve you getting famous eventually.
but like that's not my
But
end goal.
no, yeah, no, I get that.
Hell yeah.
It's like my goal for my stream. That's kind of my goal for streaming, but it's not for like the way like of saying like, oh, I want to be famous because me, and myself and I and myself and everybody else and me. I actually like. I think I remember when I first started like streaming. And I always thought like the coolest shit ever was like these big people doing charity streams. I thought it's just the coolest shit ever. Be able to be that famous and using your fame and popularity to do something really good. And I kind of said to myself, if I get to the point where, if somehow I get to the point where I'm streaming and I can live off streaming, where I'm making a solid, like say like 2 grand a week or something like that for streaming, some shit like that, that'd be fucking cool.
Hmm.
My goal would be is to do like bi-weekly charity streams, just every 2 weeks a new charity stream, big one. All the proceeds that go to this charity and that charity. Like I've
Hell
always,
yeah.
I think it'd be awesome to send proceeds to like the St. Jude's hospital or I think it's called the Trevor
Yep.
Project. Places like or things like that. Planned Parenthood. Places that need it the most, especially in modern times. I feel like I'd love to be able to help. I mean, I guess there's nothing stopping me now from doing it, but I feel like there's no point in me doing that
Right.
if I don't have that big of a following. I kind of want to gain momentum first
Yeah,
before that,
I feel that 100.
you know.
100.
If I get to that point, I will feel like I've accomplished my goal and I'll be happy with what I do streaming.
I I I
So,
feel a sense of stability in my life right now that I've never really experienced in terms of like financial and like and it's so I'm trying while also not compromising my own stability to kind of like venture out and like just show my support like uh your Twitch is not the only one that I'm subscribed to of like our group, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh
Yep.
but I think it's important for me to uh try to help you pursue your dreams, you know what I mean? Like or like if a friend needs some money here or there, you know, and I have it, which I don't always, and I'm
Oh,
honest
yeah.
and forthcoming about that. But if I could help a friend get out of a situation in some means, then I'm going to try to do that. Um, I do like donate when I see things on Facebook sometimes, like the birthday fund, like that's something like Facebook has done wonders for that. You know what I mean?
That's pretty fucking cool.
Like
Yeah.
the Trevor Project, I donated some money to that. I've donated money to local fire departments, to the Morristown Trap team to go on this fucking thing. I donated a hundred
Nice.
dollars for that. Like stuff that I wouldn't have heard about otherwise, or you know, I was able to do all online from like and just like I help them do something and get through something, and that's
Hmm.
what it's all about, man. And
Absolutely.
as my circle grows bigger, um, I feel more obligations, I guess, and that's something else entirely. But
Absolutely. And I guess I kind of do the same thing currently,
hell yeah,
but like that whole you remember like that whole craze of saving the children and shit was going on for like a solid like month. Which where did that disappear to? What the fuck happened with that?
yeah,
Holy
it
shit!
dropped off.
But ever since then, I think mostly because I keep forgetting to like call them and say, "Hey, stop taking money out of my account."
Uh-huh.
But for the past like 6 months, I've donated 25 months to that organization, the Save the Children one, and I keep saying, "Hey, I should probably stop that because I really shouldn't be giving too much money away here." But
Mm-hmm.
same time, like $25 a month to something that's good. Fuck it. And, I try to help out and stuff like that. With some people I know subscribe to their channel. Like I have a group of friends that are like my Twitch buddies, and I subscribe to them and whatnot. All that good
It's
shit.
all about building in.
And
It's all about investing and helping build in things that you believe in. And
absolutely,
if I wouldn't be your friend if I didn't believe in you. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that's true.
so.
Yeah,
Like I know it's not a
you're
lot,
right.
but I'm trying to like show you like, hey man, fuck yeah, keep doing your thing.
Oh yeah, and you've given me a absolute shit ton of support. It's actually unreal the amount of support you've actually given me over the years, and I can't thank you enough for that either. Like it's been extremely helpful. Plus, commenting, don't everything you do with that. I mean, it helps the algorithm
Yeah, man,
out, and the more activity it sees, the more it recommends and all that stuff. So the better. Can't really go wrong with that.
that's
So,
what it's
and thank
about.
you very much for that.
Hell yeah,
No question about that. But good times. Time indeed. Trying to think.
we have
I keep saying I want.
we have not had a moment of silence like combined on this entire time, dude. This is awesome.
No, it's going pretty well. I gotta say, going pretty damn well. What was I gonna
I was only
say?
awake for like 20 minutes before we started this too.
Yeah, I remember. In case you didn't know, the original start time for this was supposed to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I was kind of texting Jeff from at 7 o'clock and 7:30, and got no response. 8 o'clock rolled around. I'm like, I think Jeff boy is
Mhm.
sleeping. 20 minutes later, I get a text saying, "Yeah, I just woke up."
Yeah, man. I,
Like, great.
I got home and I fell asleep from like 11 o'clock until like 2. And then I was gonna get up and go get food with my mom and stuff today. And
Uh huh.
when I woke up, I was just like, oh, I don't feel like getting out of bed right now, man. And so I messaged
Yeah.
her and I was just like, I don't want to go anywhere today. And she was like, all right, that's all right. I'm like, okay, if I wake up in time, I'll get something delivered or something. And then it took me
Yeah.
like 2 hours to fall back asleep. But I knew I was just like, I'm so tired. I just need some more sleep. Third shift has killed me
Yeah.
in terms of like any healthy sleeping patterns.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't know how the fuck you do it.
It's a good time.
Oh.
I actually prefer
Yeah,
it though, just like second shift though. I'd rather have like a backwards time than a out of alignment time, I guess.
that's fair. That's a good point. Yeah, I've been working an awful lot lately too. I mean, not at night, but still, my fucking feet absolutely are killing me
Hell
at
yeah.
this point. Holy fuck! Like walking anywhere the past couple of days has just been a fucking nightmare. I hate every minute. Plus, my shoes are falling apart too, so I gotta order new shoes at some point here soon. But I keep forgetting it. In fact, I actually meant to when I got off of work today. I still haven't even looked at any shoe places because I just forgot again. I was more focused on what the fuck I was gonna eat tonight instead of that.
Hell
But
yeah.
hey, man, I had to get the chicken Alfredo. That was priority number one.
I got cereal that I'm
Shoes
gonna
second.
eat later. I'm a grown ass man
Oh
that's
hell
gonna
yeah!
eat cereal at like fucking 2 a.m. and then go to bed.
I've done that many times. Fuck yeah! What kind of cereal you
I got
got?
some Oreo O's.
Oh
Hell
shit!
yeah.
I've heard those are
They're
good.
not bad. They're not as good as the old Oreo O's, I don't think. The old Oreo O's had like
No.
uh the the cookie part and then the cream part of the Oreo as separate things, and now they just kind of mashed them all into like a
Oh.
Cheerio, and it,
Oh.
I don't the biting into a fully fucking like a full thing of the stuff from Oreo and have it be nothing but that and milk. It's just like that was one of the most satisfying culinary experiences of my life.
I could imagine. That'd be fucking amazing. I would kill for that.
Yeah.
Why don't they just have like mini Oreos and just fucking put them in there? That I think that would be like the ultimate thing instead of just like a fucking, I don't know, a bastardized version of an Oreo,
Yeah.
as they call a cereal. But I've always wanted to try those. Like I've always been kind of picky with my cereals. Like there's only been like three that I can say that I've loved. I've tried, of course. I mean, there's others I have not tried yet, like the Oreo O's. But like I fucking love like frosted mini wheats. Absolutely love that shit. Even though it was by far one of the most difficult cereals to put in your fucking bowl,
Hmm.
it still was. It still was really delicious. This is my cat, by the way. She came to say hi. But that I love. I fucking love Frosted Flakes too. That
Yeah.
shit bangs. I love that shit so much. I eat that all day, every day. Then what the fuck's the last one? What was the last one? I can't remember now. I don't eat cereal that much, if you can't tell. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's what it was.
Hell yeah.
I fucking love that shit. It's so good. It's so worth it. I actually love a lot of cinnamon things, especially like fucking hot tamales is like my favorite
Uh,
candy of all time.
Cinnamon's dank.
Shit's good. Oh, it's very
Have you ever?
dank. Problem is though, is you fucking eat a whole box of it. Next morning, you can't fucking taste anything for at least a week. just
You ever
done.
had the cinnamon butter at Texas Roadhouse on a roll? Oh man,
Oh fuck yeah,
that's a good
bud. That
time.
shit.
That's a good time.
Oh, dude, I want to bathe in that shit, man.
Hell yeah.
Fucking give it to me. Mm. Fucking, they say that it wouldn't have taken fucking Kane to lure me into a van. It'd be fucking Texas or fucking Texas Roadhouse's
just
cinnamon butter.
just carrying a basket of it and just like giving you a little bit here and there.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you abduct me, everybody. So just to let you know, if you want to abduct me, that's how you do
Come
it.
on down to the
Get some
bread
cinnamon
wagon,
butter to
boy.
me.
There's more where this came from.
Jesus Christ. Honestly, though, that shit's so fucking good.
Yeah, dude.
Really is. I haven't been there forever. I haven't really been anywhere since the pandemic started.
Yeah,
I
it
really.
sucks. Um,
It does.
restaurant, restaurant in Canton there, Sergi's. I've gone there a couple of times in the last year, but other than that, I really just get like delivered stuff or like I haven't gone to eat in a restaurant since everything started. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I have yet.
Yeah.
No, I did one time. One time I went to Tully's in Watertown with a couple of friends,
I fucking love
but
Tully's.
I try to limit my exposure, but I haven't been perfect about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna be like uh
Oh, yeah.
but I don't think I've done anything particularly unsafe. I guess I haven't
No.
gone out and been like any like I use common sense. I guess the most common sense would have been to just stay the fuck home, but I guess I'm
The most common sense you can
uh,
have being dumb, essentially.
uh I
That's fair. Today was the first day I sat somewhere and ate in fucking probably 6 months now, I think. And that was just because I was like, I'm too fucking lazy to walk back from this place right now. I'm gonna sit here and eat here. So, but yeah, it's been weird. I've only had fucking my pizza shop, which I work at down the street, direct than fucking food from the diner, essentially for like the past fucking six, 6 to 8 months
yeah.
or so. I would say it's been fucking
No
rough.
joke, like
Cause
75% of the time I just eat out of the vending machine at work, and that's like where I get most of my sustenance from is like my lunch break at work, and then I buy something from the vending machine to bring home with me, and then I just eat that when I get home. And that's been like my life for about a year now. And
nice.
on Fridays and Saturdays going to pick up food. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to go shopping because I don't really want to be in a fucking store with a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Uh,
I feel that 100%. But what was I gonna say? Shit, I lost it. I was gonna say something and it just escaped my brain. Um, oh yeah, going back to Sergi's. I actually want to go there again at some point. Cause I don't know, the first time I went there, I guess I wasn't that impressed.
yeah,
But I'm always willing to give places second chances
hell yeah.
and try something else there and all that shit.
I,
But
it's just satisfying to my palate. It doesn't have to be satisfying for yours, you know?
true, true. But I feel like there's something to it, and a lot of people talk good about it. So I mean, I could just be missing something.
Yeah.
Who
Their
knows?
wing sauce is like one of my favorite things up here, and then the pizza roll, and then I like to dip the pizza roll in the wing sauce. So just a combination
It's a good
of
combo.
fucking dankness in my mouth, and I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Oh fuck
It's
yeah,
like
bud! Thank, give it to me,
the
baby.
perfect ratio of crust, cheese, and then hot sauce. And like every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while, getting a little smack of pepperoni in there, and just being like, "Yeah, that's a thing that I like." and,
Give me more.
and then by the time you get to the end
Oh
of the
yeah.
pizza roll, all the pepperoni has gone down to the bottom, and so like you get down there, and you're just like, "Yeah, that's more of that shit I like," and it's like a progression of just
Progression of
yeah.
happiness.
But then you get to the
That's
very end,
perfect.
and it's a crust, and you're disappointed because it's like oh, this is wrapping up. My time here is
Yeah.
done, and that's it.
It was
It was
fun.
fun, but our time
We
is
were
done.
having a good time. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, I miss going to places. I just hope to. Hopefully, it won't be too long until I can do other things. That's the problem, though, is that where I live, I can't have delivery,
Yeah.
really. I mean, I could do Grubhub, but it's fucking take an hour and a half to get here.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. Like, the only thing I might try. Well, the problem is that according to fucking Google Maps, my house does not exist.
Oh yeah.
It just doesn't exist. No, because fucking when you type in our address, it comes up to this fucker's down the street's house. All right. But you type, and then of course you type their actual address. It's still the same fucking house. They just for some reason want to have two addresses, and that's what FedEx uses. So FedEx fucks up almost every fucking time.
Gross.
And fucking, I wouldn't try to imagine trying to talk to a poor Grubhub driver just trying to do something. Try to fucking explain to him, no, don't look at Google Maps. That's wrong. You have to do something completely different to get to my place.
The snow
And it's like, I don't want to
the
deal with it.
snowplow took out my mailbox and like broke it in pieces last year, and I just never got it fixed. I was just like, fuck it. I
That's just
I get
sad.
most of my mail to my mom sent to
Oh.
my mom's anyway, so it's like, all right, so I could just switch all my bills over to my mom's address and then fucking just go over there and pick it up once every week or whatever. And
Yeah, absolutely.
fuck yeah. 2 hours deep into fucking stream of conscious fucking bullshit of the mouth.
That's what we do best. What can I tell
Hell
you?
yeah.
That's what I do
And I did
best.
sing about ham a
That's all
little
I do.
bit, but I don't think I did that
You sing?
while we were recording, so
No, my stream got it though.
yeah. It,
So, while I watch the VOD, just remember,
ham.
you want to hear him sing, hit about the halfway point of the stream. Which, yeah, just under halfway would have been.
Y-
Look at the time
You
now.
could get a listen to me sing about ham, start playing a Bill Murray song, and then Hayden came back way sooner than I anticipated.
Yeah, I did. I fucking definitely did. I thought I was going to have to stay down for a couple minutes, but nope. Didn't have to. It was actually kind of perfect, to be honest with you. But shit.
Yeah, I think this just feels like a natural conclusion, dude. Uh
I think so.
yeah, man.
We talked what we need to talk about this week.
Hell yeah. The way the fucking conversation just vibed, I think I'll end it here and jump on some 2K for a bit, I think. Uh
There you go.
Go ahead and tell all the people that might not know who you are. If you like if they liked hearing you talk to me and stuff, and they may have seen me talk to you on Facebook, they don't know who you are or whatever. You could look up Hayden at twitch.tv/the ReKliner, ReKliner with a K. Um, uh, tell them what games you could probably expect you to play, or what content they could expect from you.
All right. Yep. On my Twitch at the ReKliner, you'll expect a lot of gaming such as Rainbow Six Siege. That's a popular one. CS:GO. I've been doing a lot more lately as well. We also have to do some oddball games. They're just kind of out of the blue, like this, like prop hunt and all sorts of weird shit. Sea of Thieves is a game I've been playing a lot lately too, as well. Really good game. Also, expect from time to time me doing some music streams. Talk about some of the song music released through this past year. We'll be doing that throughout this year, and hopefully, if it continues to be good, doing good, we'll keep doing that for years beyond. But yeah, that's basically my channel.
Hell yeah! Thanks for
Yep.
joining me, buddy.
Hell yeah, this was great. I hope to be on this again at some point. That'd be fucking awesome.
Hell yeah!
It
Later.
was definitely great. Larry, man.
Yeah.